The decision means future challenges to the Trump administration's policies will be tougher because lawsuits may only protect the people who filed them, not everyone in the country. The three liberal judges dissented, arguing this could let presidents ignore people's rights unless they each sue individually, something that many cannot even afford to do. For now, the ruling gives presidents more power to enforce controversial policies while courts decide their legality. It also means opponents may need to file many separate lawsuits to protect different groups of people. The case now goes back to the lower courts with new limits on how they can block federal policies. The Supreme Court just handed Donald Trump a major win by limiting judges' ability to block his birthright citizenship order nationwide.
Okay, guys, you have it. The Supreme Court has now issued their ruling on the birthright citizenship. Now, keep in mind, this case was not appealed to the Supreme Court to determine the constitutionality of birthright citizenship. Rather, appealed to the Supreme Court to determine if nationwide injunctions that were imposed by district judges were constitutional. Now, justices on both sides have notoriously agreed that to do so allows for judge shopping. In other words, bringing up a case in one jurisdiction where they would get a favorable outcome. Now, in this case, the Supreme Court handed down a 6-3 decision, which is expected. The 6 conservative justices versus the 3 liberals, which means the case is favorable to Trump. Now, keep in mind, the court did not determine the constitutionality of birthright citizenship or Trump's attempt to get rid of it. Instead, they issued a ruling on the ability of lower courts to issue nationwide injunctions. So what could this mean? More than likely, those injunctions offered by district judges would be applicable only to those districts or states in which they were initiated. We'll see. Okay.
So what's ending up happening is 22 states filed the lawsuit, so their immigrants are safe for now. The other ones in the red states, so this is a blue state, red state thing. Okay?
Okay. It's 8:50 a.m. West Coast time on Friday, June 27th. Happy Pride weekend. Hope everybody has a fun and safe weekend. So the Supreme Court's ruling that involved the question of nationwide injunctions, which tangentially involved an executive order on Donald Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship. The court did not address the question of that executive order or of doing away with birthright citizenship. That decision's been out for a couple hours. We're getting some reaction, some of which I agree with, some of which I don't agree with. But I want you to look at it.
Hold on. Let's go. Let's see what the Latinos think.
So I work at a courthouse, and I just saw the news on the Supreme Court ruling on the birthright citizenship injunctions. I'm gonna just say this: this 4th of July, there's nothing to celebrate. There is absolutely nothing to fucking celebrate. We have lost our democracy. I am fucking I'm disgusted. Like, there are no words to express how I feel right now. For those that voted for Mr. Trump,
As a matter of fact, let's cook this. Let's go to the Trump Live so we can hear what the hell. This is some good information for us, you know, if you F.B.A. or whatever. I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again, how he talked about, yeah, it wasn't a good name, but he was like, nah, this was for the slaves. This for us.
That's what they've done. And really, it's been an amazing period of time. This last hour, there are people elated all over the country. I've seen such happiness and spirit. Sometimes you don't see that, but this case is very important. I was elected on a historic mandate, but in recent months, we've seen a handful of radical left judges effectively try to overrule the rightful powers of the president to stop the American people from getting the policies that they voted for. And
why, hey, HD Live, watch Trump talk that shit. He was talking to me. Yo, when he said this shit, he was talking to me. Watch this.
Record numbers. It was a grave threat to...
Because we covered it over here. We covered the 14th Amendment. You know what? It's not going to come up too large, but I'm going to make sure I just... Because I took some of these pictures of the amendment, of the conversation that they was having. See, because we know the 14th Amendment. Here we go. Here's one of them. Here we go. Because we covered all this, man. We know our 14th Amendment. That is one law that was for us. We know the amendment now. Let's get this right. We know the law, and that's the whole thing. The Constitution, everybody else is going against the Constitution besides Trump. Let me be the one to tell you. Did I do something wrong here? Yeah, I just did something wrong. Hold on. Let me get this one last image. Might come up a little small, but it don't matter. I'll read it out. It's all the same. See, because what Trump did, he really went to the Constitution. Now, they still trying not to grant him the shit. But nevertheless, he was talking to the players. Take that one off, put this one back on.
Democracy, frankly, and instead of merely ruling on the immediate cases before them, these judges have attempted to dictate the law for the entire nation. In practice, this meant that if any one of the nearly 700 federal judges disagreed with the policy of a duly elected president of the United States, he or she could block that policy from going into effect, or at least delay it for many years, tied up in the court system. This was a colossal abuse of power which never occurred in American history prior to recent decades, and we've been hit with more nationwide injunctions than were issued in the entire 20th century together. Think of it, more than the entire 20th century. Me. I'm grateful to the Supreme Court for stepping in and solving this very, very big and complex problem, and they've made it very simple. I want to thank Justice Barrett, who wrote the opinion brilliantly, as well as Chief Justice Roberts.
Hey, yo, the bitch Ketanji Brown Jackson, she voted against it. Straight black person voted against this shit.
And Justices Alito, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Thomas, great people. Thanks for this decision.
And that's another thing. Wasn't Ketanji Brown Jackson the woman who couldn't define what a woman is? And then I heard she had something to say about this ruling. Ma'am, you can't even define what a woman is. Don't try to get smart now, bitch. You don't ever get to play dumb, then smart. We don't do that.
And thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves.
Let's go. Let's go. Yo, son, hey, HD Live, you don't know how many... See, I was a Trump supporter way back when it wasn't cool in 2015, right? And I used to go to the barbershop and I had so many arguments with these niggas. I'm like, yo, bro. I said, listen, brothers, don't y'all see what Obama and them doing to us, B? I said, listen. I said, listen up. Who the fuck was the president before Trump? That's what I'm trying to think of. Because after Obama, who was it? Who Who the fuck was the president? Anyway, that shit just fucked me up. 08. Oh, it was Obama, right? It was Obama. They mad Trump making America about blacks. See, come on. Yo, you stealing my shit. You stealing my shit. I used to have arguments at the barbershop, and I used to tell niggas that exact same thing. Trump will make America great. You had white was number one. This is the way we grew up. White was number one. Black was number two. What Obama did was he tried to put all these other immigrants in the number two pot with the blacks, right? So he tried to put all these immigrants in the number two pot with the blacks. I was telling niggas in 2015, yo, that's not right. Yo, we fought hard for this number two spot. Guess what niggas in the barbershop said to me? You would never believe what niggas in the barbershop said to me. They say, yo, fuck is you talking about? I ain't number two to nobody. I was like, nigga, you in a white man's country. Fuck you mean you ain't number two? I had so many arguments with these niggas. You say, yo, we ain't number two to nobody. And I haven't been there in years, but I tell you what, they see what happened. They try to put these immigrants in our number two slot. Fuck out of here. And I told them niggas, Trump gonna make sure we have our rightful spot as number two. And niggas didn't like that. Nowadays, you like to be number two because that's your spot. You don't let nobody jump in your spot with you. Yo, this shit was wild. Try to give niggas our number two spot. Trump said, nah.
Ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country.
Hello? And that's why when people, even though, like I said, he called us slaves, that's fine. That's fine. He's just going by what the Constitution said. I get it. He's really, really trying to stick to the Constitution on their ass. But he said for slaves. Now, people want to say Trump is racist. I always disagree with that from day one. Because like I said, he was in hip hop back in the days. And then a lot of people don't know. Well, they know he likes to play golf, but a lot of people don't know. He played with all of the blacks. See, this was before Arnold Palmer died. See, the Golf Channel was Arnold Palmer's baby, and Arnold Palmer was Trump's homie. After Arnold Palmer died, they took all the Donald Trump footage off the channel. He had his own show. It was called Playing with Trump. He was playing with Lawrence Taylor. He was playing with real killers. He was playing with Lawrence Taylor and all these niggas. He played with Jerome Bettis. Nigga ain't never hate no blacks. Never. Trust me on that. Right. It was Bush before Obama, then Obama. Okay, so Obama finished up in 2015, 16. Okay. Yeah, he fucked the country up for 8 years.
The cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country.
That's right. That's what the 14th Amendment said. It said, we're going to cut a deal with the Indians. They don't got to follow our laws. We know we took their land. We're going to give them a piece of land here and there, right? And the whiteys, the founding fathers was up there in 1865, right? They was like, well, what we going to do with these niggas? It was like, well, we're not going to cut them no deal. We're not going to give them no land. We're just going to make them citizens. That was the Constitution. It wasn't about no Venezuelan. It wasn't about no other ethnic group. Yes, we had foreign ambassadors and things of that nature. And those people, children, were not deemed American. Why? Because they fell under the jurisdiction of another country or tribe. So that's what happened to the Indians and everybody else except the blacks. Okay? And the whites.
That was meant for the babies of slaves.
And the people who get their citizenship. The people who get their citizenship legitimately. Okay? Exactly. Until we run the military and make the laws, we are number two. Right. Now, Now, I do agree with you on the second part of make the laws, but I believe that time has passed us. I believe when we were more black and empowered, which is the 80s, 90s, I think that they were supposed to teach all of us to get into politics. See, we learning that shit too late. We were supposed to been had this shit, but we fucked it up because all of our we already had went to the military in the generations before, 60s, 70s. Okay, so and then the 70s was whatever it was. Now came the 80s, this new generation of shit, and they were supposed to teach us as children, yo, you need to fight for being mayors of the towns and all that stuff, where you can do stuff with black people. We didn't get that sort of knowledge. We thought that if we was to get a record deal, we thought that if we was to, whatever, make it in sports or whatever, we would be able to come back and help our community. Yes, but it would have been better to have some of your other brothers that was, city mayor, city councilman, and all this other stuff. We didn't understand how powerful that shit was for when you was to grow up and be later, where you can hook your crew up with jobs and pensions and all this shit and make a real change in the neighborhood. I think that time kind of passed because our younger kids are not even listening anymore. And we got all these immigrants, and you see what's happening in New York. We got this Mondami nigga. They got all these different type of people who was taught to take it serious. Mondami. We ain't got no black men in the mayoral race up here in New York. It just wasn't something that was taught to us. What's good, pimpin'? They got us blinded with hip hop, so we would not get into politics and sports and shit. I agree. The time is now. Will our babies listen? And because remember, in those days, like, you know how it is when you go to the barbershop, at least my barbershop, the damn judge that used to, you go to the courthouse, the judge that be giving niggas a hard time, he comes to the barbershop. And, we had more camaraderie, even with the judges. The judge know you a criminal, you in the barbershop, he seen you in front of his court, all that shit. But all that shit goes out the window. But we didn't take him serious enough to say, Judge, how can I get in the game? We looked at judges and all this shit as an enemy in our generation. They really turned us off. But watch Trump.
Wow.
Hey,
Look at this.
Yo, the nigga Trump said, nah, this was for the slaves. Who's the slaves, Trump? The blacks, the Negroes.
Roberts and Justices Alito, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Thomas. Great people. Thanks for this decision, and thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country on a vacation. This was, in fact, it was the same date, the exact same date, the end of the Civil War. It was meant for the babies of slaves, and it's so clean and so obvious. But
you heard? It's so clean and so obvious. This was for Negroes, okay? This was for Negroes. I mean, I got some Constitution shit up there, but we're going to go back to Trump. It was for the Negro.
And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country on a vacation. This was, in fact, it was the same date, the exact same date, the end of the Civil War. It was meant for the babies of slaves. And
now people don't want to take that. See, I'm a black person. I take that shit serious. He's speaking up for me right now. I've had this argument many times. Like, yo, bro, we know what the 14th Amendment is. You fucking illegals are here on some other shit. Y'all stealing our shit. Okay? So you got some nerve turning your nose up at me, using the N-word, anything, which we don't really give a fuck about, but we do know you got some nerve. Problem is, we couldn't do shit about it.
These that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country on a vacation. This was, in fact, it was the same date, the exact same date, the end of the Civil War. It was meant for the babies of slaves, and it's so clean and so obvious. But this lets us go there and finally win that case because hundreds of thousands of people are pouring into our country under birthright citizenship, and it wasn't meant for that reason. It was meant for the babies of slaves.
You hear that, players? I know the slave word don't sound good, but that's us. You just got to call it what it is. The man speaking up for us. Okay? I'm sorry, guys. I done took you niggas back to the Constitution many, many times. And that's what it says in the Constitution. It's for the, the babies of slaves. That's what they said. What does that mean? That means that we fall and could not fall under another jurisdiction. Therefore, it's impossible for us to be an illegal citizen. It's impossible. Okay? Because the whole law was made for us. Okay? Now, like I say, you can get your citizenship and all this other stuff. But once you start trying to mix it in, like all this birthright citizenship. And like I said, when I was a child, I was taught that in history class as well. I was like, okay, if you're born here, then you're a citizen. That's how we all grew up knowing. And it didn't mean that you had to apply for citizenship. It wasn't none of that. You just was born here. You was American. Ever since I've been alive, that's what I've known until they had us go back and look at the damn Constitution. I was like, well, this shit's is only for Negroes, they said. They don't give a damn if you're an ambassador. They don't give a fuck what you are. This is only for Negroes, is what the white man said. Man, I'm working with a group of 4 people from all different Caribbean backgrounds. We keep arguing because I be checking them for trying to always direct me on the job when they're not even my supervisor. This shit is crazy. That shit is wild. And we always say to all these immigrants, you supposed to be kissing America's ass. You ain't got no real rights. But like I said, Obama and Biden and all them niggas made them think different. Okay? Now, what does this mean? From what I heard, this is how it works, guys. Once Trump signed the executive order that he's going to end birthright citizenship, 22 states filed the injunction. Okay? Now, those states that filed the injunction, their cases are on pause. Those people are citizens, okay? Until further notice. But there are, what is it? Another, 28 states? So it's 28 more states that didn't file an injunction, and they call those Republican states, okay? So the Republican states didn't file an injunction. So Trump can just go in there and just start deporting everybody, even babies. So all the Republican states gets the deportation. The blue states, they filed a case, so their shit is on hold till the fall, okay? So that's what's happening right now as far as what's going to happen right now. Yeah, you living in a red state, your ass is grass, okay? And they said that Trump might be rolling back, I guess, 5 years to check people's citizenship. So he's going to roll back 5 years. Matter of fact, I'm going to play it for you. He's going to roll back 5 years of citizenship. And once all those people that he tagged, they're going to stop getting food stamps, Medicaid, Social Security number, everything's gone. Okay? They're doing, so him and Pam Bondi and them, they got to cook up this plan until, Supreme Court makes the next ruling, which they say is in the fall. Okay? Unless something happens. Because I think these Supreme Court rulings come once every quarter or some shit like that. So sounds like they jumped it off early. This was either late in the quarter or early in the next quarter. I don't know. I just know that as far as all of the red states, Trump can just go there and run shit. So, niggas can get more job opportunities and everything. It's fucked up. You can't just come here and do what the fuck you want to do. This Trump wink wink of helping blacks get a hold back of their lives because these illegals wasn't taking opportunity from Brad. I agree. We always get the crumbs. And sometimes we got to take those, you know, I mean, obviously we have opportunity to do a lot more. But I don't know. See, y'all niggas know I live in New York, B. It's nothing but meat out this motherfucker, B. And everything else. But these meat motherfuckers are crazy. They're everywhere. I fucking go out my house and I hear Spanish and Arab bullshit more than I hear English, son. Shit is wild. Fucking Spanish and Arab.
So thanks to this decision, we can now properly file to proceed with these numerous policies and those that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis, including birthright citizenship, ending sanctuary city funding, suspending refugee resettlement, freezing unnecessary funding.
Pay attention. He's talking fast. He's talking about taking everything. Listen.
Policies and those that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide was meant for the babies of slaves. So thanks to this decision, we can now properly file to proceed with these numerous policies and those that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis, including birthright citizenship, ending sanctuary city funding.
Ending sanctuary city funding. It's not just about deportation. That man is trying to he's just trying to strip you. He's trying to strip you from, and that's all that we were saying. Like when we was trying to speak up for the immigrants, the only thing that I said was, hey, okay, you trying to seek asylum, right? Well, you should be staying, I would say, you know, in a jail somewhere until you get your paperwork and everything straight. You shouldn't be able to interact in society until you got your asylum, you got all your paperwork. You shouldn't be rolling around with your paperwork pending. Hell no. Hell no. You should sit your ass in jail if you want to come here that bad until your paperwork clears, which could take a decade. So you take the choice of whatever you want to do. That's the only benefit I gave them niggas, man. That's all I was given. Oh, B, HD Live, you in Harlem. Oh, my goodness. Nothing's worse than nothing's worse than going to Harlem. Let me tell y'all niggas something about Harlem, son. Nothing's worse than going to Harlem watching these fucking Arabs try to talk black, man. That shit, man. B. Nothing's worse. Nothing's worse than going to Harlem and Arabs trying to act black. I mean, they do it everywhere, but it's just bad in Harlem. Harlem, they go overboard, B. I be like, yo, son, who the fuck is you talking to? You ain't no fucking black. But these guys get cultured up. You hear me? These guys get cultured up. Bro, here in Georgia, Asian people and Arabs own the black. It's not just there, it's everywhere, brother. Asian and Arab. You know? And obviously, we all know Indians run Dunkin' Donuts and Subway. 7-Eleven. Well, not really 7-Eleven anymore. But Dunkin' Donuts for sure. And Subway most of the time. Okay? So, and then McDonald's. You know what? I've been wanting to do this for y'all for a while. I've been wanting to do this. I'm glad I said it. McDonald's, son. Let me show y'all niggas something. Let's play this Trump real quick, though.
Suspending refugee resettlement.
Suspending refugee resettlement. Meaning you can't just come across the border and the governor, oh, yo, ain't Texas a red state? Oh, they about to tear Texas up. They about to tear Texas up. Oh, they about to tear Texas up. Now, I say all the immigrants from Texas should go to Cali. Should go to Minnesota. Should go to New York. Fuck it. That nigga, when you say you got to realize blacks own Georgia first, but it was systemically taken from us. That's why reparations is and will be got. Like I said, yo, send me on that history. Right now, y'all put me on two things that I didn't know. I didn't know what happened with Georgia, and then I didn't know what happened with Arkansas. They still got an old Negro League field down there, they was telling me. So, yeah, those are two things I didn't know. You know? Because they try to erase our history. Y'all know what it is. Those Indians are also Asians because India is Asia. True that. True that. True that. They are not Indian. They are not Indian. The Indians are the Native Americans. I agree with that.
Freezing unnecessary funding, stopping federal taxpayers from paying for transgender surgeries, and numerous other priorities of the American people. We have so many of them. I have a whole list. I'm not going to bore you, and I'm going to have Pam get up and say a few words, but there's really, she can talk as long as she wants because it's a very important decision. This is a decision that covers a tremendous amount of territory. But I want to just thank again the Supreme Court for this ruling.
I got to do this for y'all real quick. Because the immigrants, man, I'm telling y'all what happened, man. Let me tell y'all niggas what happened in the community, man. Let me tell y'all niggas what happened. Let me tell y'all niggas what happened. So y'all know, y'all in the age range. Y'all know. Back in our day, and this shit, I would say this shit stopped around Obama. Definitely, Obama fucked everything up. Back in our day, before Obama, right? I don't give a fuck what you was doing as a black person. If you was on the streets or if you was sitting around your mama house or whatever the case is, everybody knew you could go to McDonald's and get a job. Everybody knew you could go to any one of these fast food restaurants, but in particular, McDonald's to get a job, right? What did the black people do? I don't want to work at no McDonald's. I don't want to work at no McDonald's. That's what we did. Okay? Oh, I know blacks own Georgia first. That's why when we were talking about reparations, I said what I said about Georgia power burying black cities. Damn, you serious? Wow. You niggas got to put me on. You niggas got to put me on. Now, it was all about McDonald's. Okay, guys? It was all about McDonald's. You could get a job at McDonald's. And I believe that I believe the immigrants took that, but I believe that our kids don't have that the way that we had it. We was gonna get a job at McDonald's. When all else failed, we knew we could go to McDonald's and get a job. You understand? Dave Burney, what's good? He said, what is this? Are you a Trumper? Damn, I wish I still had Trump up so I could let him know. Trump's speaking up for black niggas. What are you talking about? Dave Burney, Trump is speaking up for blacks. What are you talking about? Fuck are you talking about? Don't no white man speak up for blacks, nigga. Anyway. Like I was saying, you niggas don't seem to agree. Maybe y'all don't understand. McDonald's was always a job, guys. McDonald's was always a job for the black community. We let this immigration take that from our children. Our children are supposed to be working in McDonald's. You understand? Oh, this Bernie? I don't mind. I love a troll because we always try to talk as best truth as I have, and then I'm supposed to have my team helping me. But we always had McDonald's as a job in the black community, guys. I promise you, our children are struggling because we don't have that open job of McDonald's that's available to them. Okay? Like, so we had McDonald's, and then whenever whenever Chipotle came out, yeah, that's where the Hispanics said supposed to go. You know? Yeah, this nigga said he got me good the other day. I like that, man. You just got to do that stuff on our other channel where we're getting some traction. You know, I want everybody to disagree with me. I don't take none of this shit like that. I want to build, you know. I like that. I truly do. I remember one time when I first started doing it. This was way back. Let me tell y'all a story. I was doing Facebook in 2015. So I was ahead of my time. I was doing Facebook, right? And it was an app that was before StreamYard. It was called Be Live. See, I knew nothing about YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I knew nothing about YouTube. But I was on Facebook and I was doing shows. And it was an app just like StreamYard. It was called Be Live. I was the first one using that. This before people start giving up cash apps. And I was the first one asking for PayPals and stuff like that. But I was ahead of my time, right? And nobody donated. And you know, Facebook is your own hood. And I got so mad. I was like, yo, my own hood won't even donate to me. I was on camera and everything, son, because everybody know me as my hood. You know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't donate. And yo, this was 2015. And I quit the game. And I always say to myself, damn, I was ahead of all this shit. I was doing a talk show on Facebook. Had I known about YouTube, and also had I known to just talk about everything, I was ahead of this shit, son. Now look at me. Now look at me, man. You subscribe to me from 4 channels, then you need to go to the other channel and give me some of that. Pause. You gotta let me send you over to the other channel. We need all the subs over there. But anyway, let's finish this story, guys. Calvin. It was a guy named Calvin. Okay. Responsibility. It was a guy named Calvin in the hood. This was 1990. Okay. This was 1990, guys. McDonald's was ours. McDonald's was ours, fam. Okay. And they tried to sell it to the hood. Look at what niggas thought about Calvin. Look at what niggas thought about Calvin, man. And we sit the fuck up here. McDonald's wanted the black people to start like Calvin, become a manager, and franchise. We did not have the vision. We looked at McDonald's like a piece of shit for the most part. Not all of us. Because I know a nigga who was a real life Calvin. And he became a manager and everything. I know a real life Calvin. But anyway, let's do it. Bernie, I got you. Hold on one second. Yeah, we doing Calvin. You damn right. We doing Calvin. You niggas want to disrespect me? Try to say Trump is a racist? No, these niggas took our fucking what am I? Hold on, Bernie. Something ain't right. Hold on, man. Niggas took, yo, son. It was real, son. We had Calvin, son. Now every fucking Mexican, my little young niggas can't even go get a fucking job because of these motherfuckers. Oh, HD Live back there too? Okay. I was about to say, how the fuck do you do the private chat? All right, so that's it right there. All right? But never talk about it over here.
Hey, isn't that Calvin? I haven't seen him for a while. Wonder where he's headed. I heard he got a job. Is that right? Well, it's about time he got him.
Look, he was walking past niggas in the street. Let's slow it up a little bit. That's too fast. Let's go normal speed. Everybody clown Calvin.
Hey, isn't that Calvin? I haven't seen him for a while. Wonder where he's heading. I heard he got a job. Is that right? Well, it's about time.
Look, Calvin was walking past the street niggas.
Have he got himself together? Now that you mention it, there is something different about him. Just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover. Looks like responsibility's been good for him. Well, I'm just glad somebody believed in him enough to give him a chance. Wonder where he's working.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?
Because what I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. They used to have to say, "Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order, please?" Black people ain't want to do it. You understand? That's what happened. Hey, Bernie, you want to say something? You know about Calvin, Bernie?
For sure. Absolutely. Talking my era.
Right. So you see how they did us. Now our black children can't even get a job at McDonald's.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to say this. It's so interesting that you're doing this. I literally saw a post yesterday that the vendors, because of ICE, they're running the vendors off, and they were showing black youth pulling up with hot dog stands. And it said that the youth are returning with their own vendors and selling their own stuff. Now that the streets are getting cleared out from ICE. I thought that was interesting. And here you are now, you pulling this up. It's kind of like, yeah, man. Yeah, it's real. It's like they monopolize industries that we once was a pathway for us and our youth. And like you said, it's like now it's a closed door for our youth. But yeah, man.
Yeah, because what happened was remember everybody made a clown out of Calvin, right?
Right. It was like the blunt of all jokes. Yep.
Last thing you wanted to be is a Calvin. Brothers don't understand what happened to us.
What's up, Jake? What up? Where's Calvin? At the J.O.B., man. What?
Is that Orlando Brown? Oh no, that's that other nigga from
What's up, Jake? What up? Where's Calvin? At the J.O.B., man. What? He's still flipping those burgers at Mickey D's.
See, clowning Calvin. See that?
Hey, but wasn't it a part in that commercial when he walks off the step and he got J's on? Wasn't that like the?
Hold on. Let's see.
At the J.O.B., man. What? He's still flipping those burgers at Mickey D's. Here's your order.
Thanks, Calvin.
He's not tired of that yet. Could be kicking it with us. Having big fun. He says he has a plan, man.
Meet the newest member of our management team, Calvin.
Congratulations.
Manager, dude. Cool. Yep, I'm part of the management team now, Mama.
Oh, baby, I'm so proud of you.
Don't wear my boy too hard now. Yeah, you're right, because he does wear some fresh clothes. Yo, Calvin, welcome to the hood. May we help you? So, not much. Well, I'm out. Hey, yo, Calvin. Man, what's the word on that job thing? Oh, man, not for me. For a friend of mine. Yep, I'm part of the management team now.
There you go, man. Oh,
Okay,
I
knew it was a part he was flossing. I thought it might have been the J's, but it was this cross color suit.
It was another Calvin. I think they came out with another one after this.
Right.
Hold on. I think it was another one. This was his first one, I believe. That shit, man. They made us get rid of Calvin, son. Because maybe I think they put 2 videos in one. Yeah, this was that. Yeah, they did that one we just watched. They put 2 videos in. Oh no, they put 2 videos in one. See, the first one was when Calvin was helping the lady, and then the second one was this one when he was fresh. He got the management. Because remember, Calvin had went to management. You see what I'm saying? He was getting bitches. Calvin was doing it, son.
Yeah.
Yo, this nigga Calvin was, that man was dead serious.
Responsibility's been good for him. Well, I'm just glad somebody believed in him enough to give him a chance.
Hey, Bernie, there we go. There go the Jordans. Hey, Bernie, see, remember The commercial ended like this. Remember, the first one ended like
I'm
this.
just glad somebody believed in him enough to give him a
Okay.
chance. Wonder where
Yeah, there we go.
Welcome
There
to
we go.
McDonald's. May I help you?
Now he had the Jordans on.
enough to give him a chance.
Look, that man had Jordans on. B. Yo. The media, they did right. They tried to take care of us blacks. We had the country. I need you niggas to know that. This country was ours. We had that rightful number 2 spot. No disrespect. Okay? This is our, in our hood, you could be broke living with your moms. Your moms will even tell you, take your ass to McDonald's and go get you a job. Okay? Because they know they was always hiring for the young black youth. They let the immigrants take it over.
Wonder where he's working.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?
What's up, Jake? What up? Where's Calvin? At the J.O.B., man. What? He's still flipping those burgers at Mickey D's? Here's your order.
Thanks, Calvin.
He's not tired of that yet. Could be kicking it with us, man. Having big fun. He says he has a plan, man.
Meet the newest member of our management team, Calvin.
Congratulations.
Management team. Cool. Yep, I'm part of the management team now, Mama.
Oh, baby, I'm so proud of you.
Don't rip my boy too hard now. Yeah, you're right, because he does wear some fresh clothes. Yo, Calvin, welcome to the hood. May we help you? So, nothing much. Well, I'm out. Peace. Hey, yo, Calvin. Now, what's the point of that job thing? Oh, man, not for me. For a friend of mine.
Very powerful shit. Very
Facts.
powerful shit. Very powerful.
Very powerful.
Very
A lot of
powerful.
subliminal messaging, man.
You understand me? Very powerful.
And you know it's funny? And you know they won't produce a commercial like that anymore.
Because yeah, King Disagreeable, all the bitches. Because what happened was it was about clowning you. Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order, please? You know what I'm saying? Yo, McDonald's was the spot back in the days, King Disagreeable. All the blacks, all the bitches. It was crazy. Matter of fact, let's go see their real hair. Let's go see the hair. Let's go see what type of hair them bitches had.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, man.
Let's look at all the hair. Let's look at all the hair. Look at that real hair, nigga. Bitches wasn't doing this stupid shit.
What? He's still flipping those burgers at Mickey D's? Here's your order.
Thanks, Calvin.
Look, that's what bangs. They had bangs and all that, Bernie. Look at that, Bernie. Bitches had real hair.
Yep.
Bitches had real hair, son. Yo, that nigga said he was a drive-through cashier. Yo, that nigga's that nigga, B. That nigga's that nigga. Yo, McDonald's made sure the hood was good. My grandmother always told my lazy ass, take your ass down to McDonald's. But I ended up going to work for Pathmark. You understand? Because nobody wanted the McDonald's stigma. It was so stupid. I remember my uncle, he used to work at Wendy's. He used to bring on all the food. Yo, they used to let you take food home. They don't even let you take food home anymore. You know?
I worked at McDonald's 4 different times.
You used to take food home?
Absolutely. All the nuggets.
Your
Whoppers,
family used to be happy?
My grandmother, she used to be waiting for me.
Yo, our family used to be happy. Wow. Yeah, niggas don't know.
I come home with a 20-piece nuggets.
Wow, and she would be happy. I like that, man. Hey, that nigga, what kind of food you used to bring home? Plain brown wrapper. Look at the real hair. Look at the real hair on your sisters, B. Nice and young and very clean and healthy.
Calvin.
Ready to get pregnant, nigga. And they shame them bitches out of it.
He's not tired of that yet. Could be kicking it with us, man. Having
Look at her hair. Regular white, regular girl.
Big fun. He says he has a plan, man.
Meet the
Look at the hair.
newest member of our management team, Calvin.
Congratulations.
Yep, I'm part of the management team now, mama.
Look at that girl walking in the back. Look, that was her hair back then, son.
Oh,
No,
baby,
no
I'm
bonnets,
so proud of you.
No bonnets. Hell no. No
We're my
bonnets.
boy too hard.
no lashes.
Right.
They would have no right. Let's go back to the lashes. Let's go back to the lashes, guys. Look at the eyes. No lashes. Look at the eyes. Beautiful black women. No lashes. No lashes. Telling me they ain't look good? They look good, nigga. But they do look different, right, Bernie, with no lashes?
No contacts, no piercings, and they probably wearing baggy clothes. Because
Wow.
remember back then, they used to dress like Mary J. Blige, you know.
Yes.
It
Yes.
wasn't enough for them to come outside with like a baseball jersey or cross-colored polo shirt, a rugby shirt on, or you know, that kind of led to that mystery. You know,
Right.
that made you really intrigued because that mystery, man, what
Right.
that flavor looked like.
It was beautiful. You used to have to be able to see through it. Remember back in
Facts.
the days, I could see through your clothes, boo.
Yes. Hey,
This
her getting undressed, that was like a experience in itself.
right. That was the best.
Right.
That was the best, man. I agree. No lashes.
He says he has a plan.
Nobody got lashes. They were regular people. That girl looked
And,
like
and,
her was pretty long.
Management team,
and Prince,
Calvin.
we
Congratulations.
took
Go ahead.
we took pride in dressing. You know, that's kind of one of the last eras where we took pride in dressing to,
Mm-hmm.
to where today it's nothing for you see our people outside with pajamas and bonnets and you know half whatever they call it. I
Right,
don't
right,
know. Bad clothes on with eyelashes and lip gloss.
Wow, yeah, that's what I wanted to show niggas on that tip. You know what I mean? Feminine modesty is a lost art. It's way gone. I don't know if HD Live back there or not. That's you, HD Live?
Yeah, this me, but wait 2 minutes though. I'm getting out of
All right.
work now.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, let me say this real quick too.
Go ahead.
You know, our politicians, while they fighting, these are the things they should have been fighting for. You know, where are our positions in those low, you know, skill entry level jobs? And but when you see them, they're pushing for things that is outside the realm that doesn't really serve us in a meaningful way. Like they'll fight for LGBTQ and they're fighting for abortion and they just don't anything if just the name conservative is attached to it, they'll just go against it.
Right.
Meanwhile, they don't the impact is felt throughout our communities when you just like, you know, go back and look at this commercial. And some of the stuff that you're talking about, this was a level up for some of us. You know, if we could get through the stigma and the embarrassment, this was your first entry level job and put money in your pocket.
Right.
And it was ours, like you said.
Where you can grow, you can become manager in a franchise.
Exactly. Now we got these dumb politicians out here boycotting Target, and they, you know, I don't know, they got people thinking blacks is gonna be disappeared, you know, but we suffering. You can't go through all the communities you go to Popeyes. How in the hell is a Popeyes ran by Mexicans? Stop.
Crazy.
Popeyes.
Crazy.
What's up with the fellas?
What's good, son?
HD Live. This
Yeah, I know.
HD Live right here.
What's good, pimp?
I just hung up on my mom, but listen, she be all right. But listen, let's talk about McDonald's. For one, McDonald's definitely was back in the day. I remember all my friends worked there. My man turned into a manager, Lamar. He started in there. I think I was at a Burger King. Make a long story short, like It kept you good, kept you out of trouble, you feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Kept you with some money in your pockets, kept you looking fresh.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shit, everybody knew you was good when you went, because back then we had the hood. We talking 2002, 2001, so we had the hood hops. Motherfuckers knew you had money, nigga. We in there, we buying drinks for this bitch. So it made you into a man early. Like you learned early, yeah, and you learn how to be like in control of your shit, because you know you had to get a banking account. So it taught you finances. It taught you, budget your money. Motherfuckers ask you for money back then. You like, oh hell no, nigga. Gotta go get you a job. So it taught you how to be a man early. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and it's fucked up that, like you said, you look at this shit now and the shit is totally different. But so
our babies can't get in there.
Right. So what I think all this is definitely an agenda. You get what I'm saying? Now, the whole thing is, because I'm 38.
Hold on. Did niggas try to clown us blacks out of working at this place? Listen, we can't leave that out.
Yeah. They did. But see, when we would come to school, see, the whole thing was in McDonald's. I'm not no square ass nigga. So niggas had their hat back.
Right.
Niggas had their hat turned back. You know what I mean? Niggas had their shoes. So once motherfucker like, you can clown me all you want, nigga. I'm getting a check, and I just bagged your bitch. You don't even know your bitch just came through the drive-through, nigga.
Our little niggas don't got that pleasure, son.
So
yeah, I need a real life Calvin in my hood. He was like,
whoa. He knew Lamar. My homie name was Burger Time. What was your man name? Because his man name was Lamar.
My man name was Chase. He was the light skinned nigga with hazel eyes.
We call the nigga Burger Time.
My boy Chase was light skinned with hazel eyes. Nice. Killing it in McDonald's. Bagging all the bitches.
Yo, King disagree if you don't know. Yo, it was popping.
But look, I want to talk about this birthright real quick though. I got this on my mind because I ain't never been no hater like no other race. I ain't never been a disliker of other races. I remember when I was 15, I used to go to what's them shits called? Them 16-year-old quinceañeras or whatever the fuck. I used to go. No, the Spanish one when the lady turned 16 or 13, 14.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I used to go. I had Dominicans that used to live right next. Yeah, I used to go to. I had Dominicans that lived in my grandma to this day. Nigga, I'm invited to go to the DR. The nigga got the whole shit laid out. So I ain't got no problem with foreigners that come over here with respect. You get what I'm saying? You know, they realized where they came from wasn't shit, so they had to come over here to make some shit, and then that's why they sending their money back so they family can make some shit. So let's stop the cat of thinking you got a one up when you come over here. The only one up you got is that the government told your little slick ass some shit. The government gave you some slick ass ways to get some money, grant money. You know, they eligible for all type of shit when they come over here. So let's stop the cap. You get what I'm saying? Bro, you know how many, bro, I was just I was just at the movie theaters over at Magic Johnson, right? With an African chick. Now, mind you, that's another story. But when I left, she had to leave, I had to leave, whatever. So as I'm leaving, I run into my other little African joint I used to be cool with, right? But let me tell you, she had a whole fucking family. Like, but the whole time was lying to me, like, yeah, I stay with this dude. I don't like him like that, but you know what I mean? He want me to have his baby. Make a long story short, she wanted having a baby with the dude. I'm looking like, yo, what the hell? I'm like, bro, make a long story short, they coming over here running these games. They trying to run these games. If they can't hit you with no game, they don't want nothing to do with you. If they can't hit you with some old run around type of shit where you helping them and like, it's like they come over your house. They always think they gotta sit in the bruh. They always think I can't sit in your big couch. They be doing some extra shit, like trying to make it look like they the better one. Like, it's like, whoa, motherfucker, you in America, bro. You get what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck shit going on. If I take you somewhere right now and leave you in the middle of the fucking court, nigga, you wouldn't make it out because you don't know the politics. You don't know how to shake and bake out here. And we ain't even just talking in New York. Talking about period. Because they got this thing thinking because they in New York. See, New York done made these people entitled because New York teaches people how to be real. It teaches you how to be tough, and it gives you some type of swag. So they think because they learned whatever they learned from New York, they think they go anywhere in the country, they be looking, they get taken advantage of. The chicks will be running game. I be going down south. Them niggas cannot survive down south. They be looking stupid. I went to school down south. Them foreigners don't know how to move down south. Them country chicks be running all type of laps around them niggas' head. You know what I mean? Them niggas be getting all type of setup down there. So that's why they try to stay on the west and the east, because that's where they basically trying to grow from. That's basically they little, I guess they headquarters basically. And they trying to branch out.
Now. Yeah, it's gonna happen now.
But see, this is why
come back over to New York because it's the only place that's gonna have them.
Right. So what Trump is doing, he's basically stopping all these little cancer cells that's trying to start. You know, motherfuckers trying to go to Atlanta. Motherfuckers trying to go to North Carolina. People trying to go to Chicago. People trying to go to Indiana. Like, so he's trying to stop. Because once you let little shit start like that, that's how shit spread. And that's what these Hispanics want. That's what these Hispanics want. Now, I mean, because don't get it twisted.
Trump got their ass in just the blue states. You can't come to the red ones.
Don't get it twisted. These dudes, they is on code. They is on code. All that shit they be talking about. Oh, that's Puerto Rican. He's Dominican. Man, that shit don't matter to them, bruh. That shit, they talk all that shit only when it comes to money and gangs. When it comes to seniority, when it comes to camaraderie and solidarity, man, they all together in this shit, bruh. They all together in this shit. So at the end of the day, I mean, whether or not we can all get blacks on the same page, Africans, whatever, that's beside the point. What we in America gotta understand is we gotta teach the young ones, like, we got to open these dudes' eyes. I don't know how we can do it. I'm not really no activist, but they gotta open their eyes. But see, it can't just be in these main areas. We gotta start this shit in these rural little country towns where these people, they don't really know shit. Like, and it's sad that these politicians is sitting on their hands, these boule ass lawyers, these.
I mean, hold on, man. Hold on.
Bro, I'm heated about this shit, bro.
But hold on. See, because you trying to ignore everything that happened, especially being from Harlem. Now, what did we have? Especially being in Harlem, we always had clubs and parties on every fucking block, and that was the place that you could always count black people being at. They took it from us up here. You understand?
But let's keep it real, bro. Keisha gave it to him, bro, because the black man ain't vote all this bullshit in, bro. Maybe the old heads did, but majority of this shit came from Keisha wanting to be a politician so fucking bad that she threw us under the bus, my nigga. She wanted to be a politician so fucking bad. She wanted to oversee us so fucking bad that she said, yeah, fuck it, I'll vote for that. Yeah, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all vote for this. Come on, y'all.
We were shooting the clubs up.
Well, you know what? If I could add this too, that entitlement they have and protection, that's something blacks have never had. We've never had free legal counsel. We never had judges protecting us, giving us a pseudonym so we can, as we go through our legal battles, where we don't have to have our real names put out, right? So you can have an alias. These illegals, or whatever you want to call them, they're having legal representation. They got the whole ACLU representing them, and they got immigration rights advocates. They have judges that are allowing them to go through the court system under aliases, so you don't get to look them up to see who they really are and what type of shit they've been involved in. Imagine if blacks had that, where you take like an Alpo or somebody, people go through trial without his real name, so no one can look him up. You know what I mean? Just like an example. So You talk about injustices and how this system has never favored us like that. So these people can never try to put themselves on par with us and say that we are all in the same struggle. Because no, we never had these favors awarded us. And
And see, that's the thing.
we laid the foundation. And my only problem, and I'm gonna shut up, my only problem with them is they should come here. The first words out their mouth should be, "We want to thank Black Americans." Out of all of them, as soon as they land, get through the border, the first words out their mouth is, "I want to thank a Black American."
And that's a good point you make, bro. Because at the end of the day, they banking on white people. These people, these illegals is banking on white people's hate for us to basically have whites tell us, because blacks is kicking up about this, whether they want to put it on the news or not. So what they hoping is white people tell us to shut up or be quiet. But white people ain't even going for this shit. See, that's where they fucking up at. They scan white people too. They doing all type of nut ass shit, going up in the communities, killing them, killing their kids, whatever. So it's like the only, huh?
Because I look
Only
at
thing,
it from a different angle as far, but I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm disagreeing with Bernie.
you looking at it from it just being in NY, bro. You gotta look at it from all over the country. These people is doing shit. They using the same formula of NY.
But you got to understand. You got to
But
understand what was destroyed first. Hold on. What
Before you-
was destroyed first? What was destroyed first was hip hop. Everything that they used to mimic.
Okay.
See, they mimicked us, and those times are over.
True.
Well, you agree with me.
They
So
already, they
you agree
basically,
with me. You agree
basically
with me
what
because
AP saying is they like 30% in us, and we gotta figure a way to get them away up out of us, which is true.
They took hip hop from us. That was ours.
right. But Prince, you agree with me. Really, you agree with me because what I'm saying is along the lines. Remember, we talked about the Negro Baseball League. It's the same idea. I mean, they're giving these people protection through the court of law. We never got that.
That's why we need politicians and lawyers in them in them people's faces. Like, yo, this ain't right. And until we get that, we getting sold under the bus. That's why I don't even respect.
Hold on.
I don't respect these boulets. None of these motherfucking fraternities and sororities. They ain't helping us with shit. They just sitting on their ass getting they little fucking 80. They ain't helping us with nothing. They ain't writing no laws. They ain't helping shit.
It's not happening, man.
These old ass niggas, they sitting around. They not doing these preachers. They talking all this nut ass. Yo, man, this shit getting ridiculous, dog.
HD Live.
I'm working.
HD Live. You had Adam Clayton Powell. You had a real nigga, man. You had Adam Clayton Powell. You don't got niggas like that no more.
Because, bro, Keisha never been there with us. Even back then, I just saw a video where I found out his wife Shabazz left the dude 3-4 times. And when he died, went on the interview talking about I really wasn't down with that motherfucking shit. Bro, this shit they've been betraying us since day one.
That's fucked up.
They have not been on our side since day one, bro. Look into that, bro. Malcolm X's wife kicked him under the bus, bro. Said she ain't never really want to be under that shit. Come on, bro. They was never with us.
It's in a book too. I read a book how it talked about she had a comforter. One of the brothers was comforting her while Malcolm was going through all that
Come on, bro.
And Malcolm called him at the house.
But they hide that shit. Because you know why they made. Listen, man. I can go deep with this
She
shit.
was pillow talking. She was pillow talking with one of the bodyguards, and because she was like, well, basically saying this nigga broke, and I can't put up with this any longer. So,
bro, they've been thinking the white man ice been cold since plantation days, bro. Listen, bro, listen. I seen videos of this, so I know what I'm talking about. These sick motherfuckers think because we ain't kill the white man and get the military back, they will never respect us because we will always be slaves. This is the black woman talking to us. You know what I mean? Until we can take the military back. And so it's like, all right, so what you basically want us to do is destroy America. And then what you gonna do? You gonna help us rebuild it? Hell fucking no. You gonna go help Brad, then tell him like you used to tell him when we wanted to leave the plantation. The fuck out of here, man. Every time we try to leave the plantation, they do some bullshit or some Sambo ass nigga do some bullshit to keep us on here.
Hold on. So was you happy that they voted for Kamala like that?
Man, listen, I was happy that the little bit that sat out and the little bit that voted for Trump made them. I was happy that once all them voted for Kamala, they all clashed against each other. Like, well, the little bit that voted for Trump, nah, don't worry about the little bit that voted for Trump. What about all you dumbass motherfuckers
That try
thought
to
she was
take
going to
over from men, try to take over from men and
do?
downplay your black man. That's all the fuck.
Exactly. When we was telling you the whole time, she gonna have these illegals in here doing all type of.
Yo, that's facts.
Yeah, but you know what though, with the Kamala voters, as I watched it play out, you know, the Latino vote caught them off guard, by surprise. And so
Exactly.
but see now they're saying, like you said, Prince, now they flipping on the Latinos and they want them to be deported. But what they don't realize is the same Latinos that voted for Trump, they still silent. You still don't know who they are.
Right.
Just the way they surprise you on election night, they have been quiet this whole time. So when you see certain Latinos make these TikToks saying how they regretted they vote, those are Johnny come lately bandwagon hoppers. They're the ones who hopped on the bandwagon. They wasn't like Ryan Garcia. He wasn't really on board. You didn't hear him talking about MAGA or Trump anytime before the presidential election. And he jumped on board the bandwagon. Now he hopped off. He regrets it and all this about his community. However, the majority, they're still a silent majority. And so we still don't know who those people are.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a thought that that you're gonna start seeing some big names being deported, like big names. This is crazy. This nigga Trump is crazy. I'm talking about like a movie star or some shit.
This is another thing. This is why they keep playing on the he racist shit. Trump ain't never been racist. Only thing Trump has been is a businessman.
And a white man. The white men do what they do. We know white men.
They're trying to get Mom Dini up out of here, and I hope they do.
Yeah, that's crazy. They after that nigga. They are after.
Yeah, they're trying to get him up out of here.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna just say this, and I'm this guy in the crib probably taking. But look, Trump is a businessman, bro. Businessmen of a certain level, bro, got to sit down with all type of people. You dig? You got to sit down with the underworld. You got to sit down with the legit world. You get me? You got to sit down with the goofy side, even if, because you know it's money in everything. It's money in everything. Right. So at the end of the day, do I believe Trump is doing things for the white people? Of course.
Absolutely.
Did he pardon the motherfuckers that attacked the White House? Yeah, okay. But pay attention to what he's doing with the cleaning house. Now this is what people ain't realizing. What happened to that audited? Why you think him and Elon is arguing about? They arguing about the fucking money and where it's gonna go. Right. This is why they're arguing. Elon found a bunch of money, and now Trump is telling him how it's gonna get spent. And Elon is like, nah, spend it like this, spend it like that. That's why they're arguing. So at the end of the day, if we got smart, if blacks got smart, we'll get representation in like a 6 month, whatever this war, because I'm hearing trying to cease. He's not trying to spend no money on the war. He's trying to rebuild America. That's why he ordered it in the first place. All right, so now you gotta ask yourself, all right, he done gathered up all his money. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it, Trump? This is where we coming at. We get our representation. Hey, yo, it's time to sit down at the table. We let you do what you did. You clean house, you did this, you got that, do. All right, now it's time. Let's talk business now. So who's gonna be our representation to do that? It can't be no boule ass nigga. It can't be
hold on.
It can't be no nigga with 20 degrees talking about he's smarter than the average nigga. It can't be. It gotta be.
I don't see you having any representation like that. What I'm saying that I think will get Trump under more if you want to say pressure, would be if we had the ability to rally our youth and hit our ass up to all these McDonald's and places demanding jobs. You see what I'm saying? And Trump can
Right.
put
I
that
agree
on
with that.
TV saying, yo, you see these blacks, what? And you know, because they say, what's the black job? And it's bitches that try to put a fucking jigsaw in that. The man said, yo, blacks need their job. They say, well, what's a black job? Every job, bitch.
Right.
Fuck you. Nah,
Come
you
on,
don't
bro.
turn our little kids away from these
Because
fucking
they
jobs.
think Brad's ice is colder, bro.
Yo, these
Even if
fucking
we,
bitches are stupid, man.
made a plan to take back even if we laid the plan out, yo, we ain't gotta kill nobody. We just gonna do this infrastructure, boom, bang, spend our money here, What the black chick say? If the black man get in power, you gonna do his worst? Why? Why would she say that? Cause she know they did shit in the past that would make us wanna fucking drop their ass. That's why. Why would you say some shit like that? That's some shit a motherfucker would say if they know they did you dirty. Nah, don't get a black man power, all the shit we did to him. Hell no. Come on, bro. This shit is deep, bro. It starts with them. Listen, we give them life. They gotta cultivate it while we go back out and protect the life we made. So while they home cultivating, this is what they was doing. Fuck that man. That man doing too much. I'm bored. I can't do all this, man. We gotta watch the white man. I want to fuck the white man. Why we gotta watch the white man for? I want to go over there with the white man. Like, bruh. And they wonder why they be getting their head chopped off and they be all up in wood somewhere. That nigga about to beat that case that just killed that chick. Chopped the body all up, scattered it all around the world. And these bitches still rocking with these niggas. Still walk down the street feeling safer with them. Man, fuck them bitches.
And you know what? Another thing too, like kind of in that same line of they talk about Trump's taking Black history. I was thinking about when I growing up. Remember growing up, Black history was like one section in a history book. Black history's never been taught. And in order for you to learn Black history, you had to do outside research. You know what I mean? You had to go to the library.
And first of all,
Right.
technically, that's not even what he said.
You had to hear it from somebody. You didn't learn it in school. So there's no taking Black history out of school. It was never taught. Everybody always knew that.
They over exaggerated what he said. What he said was he didn't say I'm taking. He said I'm paraphrasing, but basically what he said was it's history that they trying to say is Black history. It was something he said that he never said he was taking Black history away. I heard the shit out his mouth.
No, you're right. They was trying to lump in. They was trying to lump in LGBTQ.
No, yeah, it was an army video, and in the army video, he took one segment out from the Tuskegee Airmen. He took that little part out, and they ran with that like, because he re-edited the video. Some old nut ass shit, bro. Some old fear mongering shit. They're mad because Trump is not your average white man who came here to play. He didn't come here to let goofies. Listen. The dude's about business and he's a Republican, right? So that right there shows you he don't mind bringing money to you as long as you don't mind working for it. These Keishas don't want to work for shit. These illegals, they want to work for pennies and monopolize. They want to monopolize construction. That's their whole end game.
Hold on.
What is your message?
They want that construction.
Hold on.
My message is to stop people from invading our country that are taking, frankly, a lot of problems with it. But one of the big problems, and a lot of the journalists in this room I know and I have great respect for, a lot of the journalists in this room are Black. I will tell you that coming from the border are millions and millions of people that happen to be taking Black jobs. You had the best.
What exactly is a Black job, sir?
See that? See that HD Live?
What
That's
exactly
what
is a Black job?
That's what you was talking about.
And this is what I'm fucking talking about. Why is a fucking Keisha up there talking to fucking Trump?
Hold on. Let Bernie go. Let Bernie respond. Hold on. We're going to come back to you. Go ahead,
I
bro.
was just gonna say, as we were talking about what we would like to see happen, it's my hope that they get a black advisor that can like talk how we talk and deliver this message like, hey, black job, McDonald's, remember blacks have that
Exactly.
so that he could be informed. So in a situation like this,
I
he could
disagree.
have quit with the,
keep telling
at one
y'all.
time.
I keep telling
Mhm.
y'all. No, it don't work like that. The problem
Okay.
is we don't have no fucking control of the youth. You understand? If we had
Oh,
fucking control of hear me out, man. If we had control of the youth, we would be able to rally their asses, and we all out there in front of these fucking McDonald's saying, "Give us
right.
our fucking jobs back." Trump would stand on business.
I agree. I do. No pushback from me on that point.
He wants us to take our shit back, and it ain't for us. It's for the
Exactly,
niggas.
bruh. Exactly. And Keisha is in the way, bruh. She rather these illegals come over here. You know they want kids with long hair and different colored skin, dog. She rather these motherfuckers stay. Why you think? Don't get me wrong. It's some sisters. It's Keisha's, then you got sisters. Alright? It's more Keisha's than sisters.
All right,
So we gotta get
hold on,
listen,
hold
bruh.
on. I want you to hold on. I want you to hear this one more time, and then I want to let my homie that nigga say something. Hold on, hear this one more time.
Frankly, a lot of problems with it. But one of the big problems, and a lot of the journalists in this room I know and I have great respect for, a lot of the journalists in this room are black. I will tell you that coming from the border are millions and millions of people that happen to be taking black jobs. You had the best.
What exactly is a black job, sir?
A black job is anybody that has a job. That's what it is. Anybody that has a job.
All right.
And
Mr. President,
they're
can I-
taking the employment away from black people. They're coming
straight up. But it was a joke because Keisha had her fucking ass in the fucking way. You understand? These bitches. Go ahead, that nigga. Go ahead, man.
What's good, everybody? I just want to I want to set the record straight with a couple of things. First of all, we are the original builders of America. Homes, buildings, all of that. That was our architecture that we taught them how to do. The agriculture, we taught them how to do it. They didn't teach us anything. They made us adopt their language. That's all we did was adopt their language. Okay? So black is a derogatory term. Black doesn't even have a standing in law. So if you called yourself a black person in court, that means you're nothing. So if we really want to do anything, we need to drop that label. That's a label they gave us. That's why my grandmother's birth certificate got Negro on it. My mother's birth certificate got African American on it. And that's just fucking a generation apart.
That's a
We
great
have
point.
been mislabeled as people. That's why they got us walking around with a misnomer called African American. No other people on the world call themselves two different continents.
And if you pay attention, they know we don't want to be called. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying we need to drop all the labels. We are Americans. As a matter of fact, we are the Aboriginal Americans. Those are the words they don't want us to use. Malcolm X told us we were the Aborigines in many different speeches. Those are the things they don't want us to remember. That's why the hip hop was introduced. Because at one point in time, the black, the American Negro family was the #1 threat to the New World Order. Because that's all this is about. This is foreigners from around the world, even from Africa, invading our country till this day. That's why you have Muhammad Ali back in the day asking how the Africans could go in the restaurant and he couldn't, and he was the heavyweight champion of America, and he had to go through the back door. He couldn't even understand it, but that's because I got a homie who an African who work on my car right now, and on his
Yo, your phone breaking up, bro.
So we talking about status. We ain't talking about anything else. Black, us calling ourselves black takes away from our status as a man and as a woman in this country. That's really all I wanted to say, y'all.
That was on point.
If I
And
can,
it's
if I
true.
can, oh,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
go ahead,
my
fam.
fault, bro. No, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I was just gonna say he's right because if you they're starting to coalesce that word black, like you can just they're painting a broad umbrella with it. So the immigrant now he's dropping that where he's from and saying he's black. They just going with black. And when these Democrats and whoever, it don't have to be Democrats, come out with these initiatives for lower undeserving communities and they use black, that can mean anybody. We don't know who that is.
That's how you know this shit was a scam, my dude. Because think about it. If all these people coming from Venezuela and Cuba and Ukraine and all these different parts of the world, what y'all gonna put on the census? You telling me y'all about to update applications overnight?
Right, you got it right.
What was these people gonna be listed as? There's only a
Yep,
few
black,
you can list them
black.
as.
Yep.
Black, white, or Spanish. So all this was just a ploy, and this is why Trump is cleaning house because the blacks kicked up. Shout out the business, TBA. Shout out to Nick Rashid. Shout out my boy Red Supreme. You know what I mean? TV. They all spoke on this shit years ago. You know, on how these people try to sneak in. They trying to infiltrate them men to push us out. So you know what we did? We kicked up. And so now that's why they didn't want Trump in office. Because Trump knew, man, these blacks don't want these motherfuckers in here. These blacks don't want these motherfuckers in here. You know what I mean? But he couldn't lead with that because then that would have scared the whites away. So that's where he came up with the Make America Great Again. See, you see how he was helping everybody, but he staying a businessman. A businessman don't let you know what side he on. He just tell you, look, if y'all come to me with good, nope, I got you. If the shit don't add up, I
That's
can't
why
do
I'm
it.
trying to tell you it's gonna take a public display to go with Trump's agenda, so he could say, "I told y'all these blacks are serious about their country." But
Blue
blacks ain't
collar's gonna have to
gonna
kick
do it.
up. Blue collar's gonna have to make a commercial or something. Blue collar men gonna have to come out and say, look,
Yo,
this is
son,
why we
y'all
ride
niggas
with.
don't understand. It's all everything must start from the grassroots, man. I know it's a media thing, but it really starts from the grassroots, and the media catches on.
Nah, you right. We do need the kids, bro. We do gotta get the. I don't know how this shit gonna happen, dog. Because I really feel like I don't even want to say it,
You could say
but
it.
the
You could
the
say it.
bad box, the bad box. Listen, I think this is all with this whole bad box situation. I think this is God claim. I think this is the universe letting black men know, bro. Because why is they the main ones that like? It's like, yo, y'all let them trick y'all. And first of all, fucking up your box by taking birth control. I don't know where they got birth control was only for chicks that fuck. That's really why our parents got it. You was never supposed to just get birth. Oh, I'm 14, 15. If your parents thought you was a little freaky bitch, they put you on birth control just in case you had a baby. So you just thinking you didn't need birth control. So now that then they finding out the chemicals that they was putting in their hair is giving them overall cancer, whatever the hell. So it's like instead of them, this is why I don't trust Keisha, because you know the white man tricks you into shit, into this, into Planned Parenthood, and y'all still loyal to these niggas? This is why I don't trust them.
Well, hold
This is
on.
why I don't trust them.
Hold on. See,
this is why I don't trust them.
But you don't give them credit for having loyalty. They have loyalty to try to vote your ass out with Kamala, and they have loyalty to march for George Floyd.
Man, they only voted for George. They only marched because that was BL. That was 3 lesbians behind that. Come on, my dude. These women will never fight for us because they know we're gonna have an order to America. Black men, don't get it twisted. You got black men, you got the Pookies and Ray Rays, they like to live life like Keisha do. But then you got upstanding black men, and you got men like me who once was a Pookie, but understood when I took my charge to trial at 21, I realized this game was rigged. When the motherfucking prosecutor, the fucking chief of police got caught in a lie, the fucking judge deliberated, sent the jury to the back, the fucking prosecutor gave a fucking secret look to the judge like, help me. That nigga called me a flight risk, and I had to wind up copping out. So I realized then that this game is rigged. You get what I'm saying? So I've been trying to do it right ever since. So at the end of the day, Keisha is mad at the brother like that. The brother that changed his life is now in order.
Right.
Get what I'm saying? Going by rules, going by principles, going by morals. They so used to brag.
Let me let the other nigga go. I don't know where we at in the topic. I mean, we all that's factual stuff. It's just that we all trying to come together, but it's not going to happen from the standpoint where we like our babies don't want to work at McDonald's. But what y'all got to say? That nigga? Anybody?
Well, I don't even think they qualified to work at McDonald's, bro. Half of them can't read.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It mattered. Like, you got to stand for something. People got to, like, we got to quit saying that somebody's doing this shit to us. At a point, you doing it to yourself.
All right, so let's break that down. How don't they qualify?
Bro, they won't even cut their hair.
Okay.
What you talking about?
What else?
What did you say on the stream earlier?
Because
they don't even want to say
the Spanish people got hair. But go ahead.
Oh, what else? They don't even know how to say hi. How to say hi, welcome to McDonald's in a friendly way.
Okay. What else? I thought you was gonna say they can't pass the drug test.
It ain't no drug test.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I wasn't when I worked there, bro. So that was in the 90s.
Right. It's a drug test now.
Well, you heard with Walmart with the brothers. I seen some on the news filing a class action lawsuit against Walmart for unfair hiring practices for using background checks to target black. Melanated people. So they getting something started along that line.
Walmart used to, my bad to cut you off. Walmart used to stay dissing me, dog. I swear to God, I could never get into Walmart because of my background. I swear to God. I think I tried like 5 times to get in Walmart. Got denied every single fucking time.
Hey, I got hired. I literally got hired. And then they did the background check. I sit my ass home.
Yup. I used to hear about that too. Yup.
So that's why I was trying to say that, nigga. We gotta just have our basic, they gotta just hire our babies. Now I know they got the fucked up attitudes and all that, and they should get fired, but they also should be able to get hired before these damn illegals.
It starts with the kids just making sure they do their fucking homework at 4 or 5 years old, bruh. Keisha don't make these kids do their homework no more.
That's true.
But it was never Keisha really making, like, the dad is the motherfucker who make them do everything, bro.
Right.
And without here,
because they won't let us back in the homes.
Right. So you gotta go past that.
So niggas need to quit having babies with these dusty bitches.
Exactly. Let them die out. That's what I want to say. He said what I said. Let them die out, dog.
Well, my solution is similar. It's not really a solution. It's a cataclysmic event. I might have jacked that up. Pardon me. Like the power grid is going to have to go out. Like no power for well, that happened before, right? In the city, a blackout. But there really need to be a national blackout, like and for it to reset the order. So that these women can see, like, you take a Kendra G, she's happy. She thinks she's happy single. And a situation like that, you'll have to force them to see they cannot do this by themselves. That they have to follow an order.
See, that's kind of
They
dramatic.
gonna run the brag,
I
bro. They
know
gonna run the
that's my
brag.
solution.
Listen,
They're gonna
I want
run the
all of them
brag,
to use their
bro.
money. What
They're
we
gonna
want is
run
the
to the
youth.
white
We
man.
want the
He's
youth to be
easier to
able to
see.
go get a job like Calvin. We want the youth to be able to have the Calvin experience without shame. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Same way the
See, I'm
Mexican
extreme.
are doing it, man.
See, I've been around those nations. I've been around the nation of gods of earth and the Israelites too long. You don't want to hear my solution.
I grew up a Hebrew
Yo,
Israelite. That's
Gotta
the
destroy it all. Gotta
I love
destroy
what them
it.
brothers. Listen, bro. I love what them spiritual brothers be into. The fruit of Islam. Listen, I got an uncle that's a nation of Islam. I mean, this dude is in it heavy. I know. I respect them brothers. But at the end of the day, if you not going to understand that, you know, I'm like, because the Hebrews call out the Keisha shit. They call out the Keisha shit. They call out the government shit. But it's like, your approach, you gotta see, they want you to be angry with the information because then they can use your anger against you. Oh, you just angry. Like, this is why they hate brothers like, you know what I mean, Tariq, TDA, because they be cool with they shit. They know how to break it down with they shit. That's what we doing. We breaking this shit down. Yeah, I'm getting a little passionate, but I don't be like that in the streets and shit. But at the end of the day, this is what we need. We need men that ain't scared to just keep a level head, but still come with the facts. You know what I mean? Like, they really trying to rewrite history, bro, and the shit is getting crazy because all I keep hearing from like white people is, oh, well, when we bring up slavery, well, how you know that happened? What you mean, motherfucker? I got a fucking 90-year-old parent. I got grandma, right? See, they waiting for all our elders to die off so they can play dumb. I'm asking my grandma now. I got Indian. Look, my bad.
Go ahead. What tribe your grandmother said you belong to?
Listen, I got on my birth. She won't tell me, bro, because she's so scared. Every time I ask her about it, she start crying because she's been through some shit. Like she was an orphan. She 83. She grew up on the farm. All she told me is she grew up on the farm in Pennsylvania, bro. And then she wound up going into a they called it not foster home. They called it orphanage. Called it orphanages back then. So she's older farm. My grandmom's older farm, my nigga.
Yeah,
And
that's what a lot of us don't understand is the land was ours. It wasn't nobody else's. We was the tribes from out west all the way to the east coast, all the way through the south. The Mississippi River, that was all us. These cities was already here. They didn't build them. That's why you don't see no history of no city being built. Because if they showed the history, they would show us.
Right.
and that's why they don't dig out here. That's why it's a fucking national forest every fucking where. Because if they fuck, yo, I'll go deep into this shit.
Georgia used to be 5 rivers, bro. Georgia used to be the land of 5 rivers. They literally put dams everywhere and buried so many black towns under the dam. One of them called Norris Lake, and it's a legend about white people drowning in the lake to this day because Indians is pulling them underwater. You see what I'm saying? That's what they say out there. That's they shit. The white people saying it, bro.
Did you hear what they said about the Grand Canyon?
Oh yeah, where the pyramids is. That's where. See, that's
come on,
that's
man.
the whole thing. The whole thing is a play on Satanism. Is our fucking religions perverted? Because that's what they worship. This whole system is Satanism, like mixed, hidden with Christianity. It's all really the same shit.
And this is why I bring it back to listen. No, then I ain't listen. I love my black sisters, dog. I swear to God, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day. But it's like no other race of women tries to outmatch they man. I'm sorry, dogs. I'm sorry, dogs. No other race of women tries to take over the leadership role. Even if they man is fucked up and he not even capable, they'll lead that nigga before or get him help or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? They not gonna like, you know what I mean? They not gonna dog the nigga like, bro, you a piece of shit, man. You need, yeah. It's like they gonna come together. They both gonna work their little petty jobs. They gonna both put their shit together. All right, we ain't saving this. We saved this much this year. We still like each other. All right, we gonna save this much this year. All right, we still like each other. All right, we gonna save. I bet. Boom. Put the shit together. Let's get it. Food truck, vending machine.
Brother,
Shit start.
you're a hopeless romantic, man. You're hopeless, brother.
Bruh,
Brother, you
I'm
talk
just saying.
about having a
I get it. I get why you bring up the bad box. That's why I'm saying. That's why I fucks with you. Cause you right. That is the only thing that'll shut them up. But that shit will get you fucked up. That shit funny as hell. How you be saying that shit?
If we quit messing with them, which I don't mess with them. I live in Atlanta. I fuck with white bitches. So like, and Japanese bitches. You know what I mean? Like I fuck with any other bitch but them. And I was married to one before this, so yeah, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That bitch tried to take a nigga to the cleaners. You feel me? And we ain't with it. So we got to make them learn their lesson by abstaining from their ass.
That shit is fucked up. Because one thing that I saw, they was trying to really vote a woman in so they could believe that they're better than you. That shit is whack. All on a vote. All on a vote.
And that just goes to show you how they'll cut their nose, to smite their face, or whatever, go down with the sinking ship. It's just too much sabotaging. Listen, my dude, this shit get deep. But all you can do is have fun and extract, because at the end of the day, it is still entertaining and it's still life. You gotta live life. I've never been, like, I know how to be to myself, but then when I go outside, I know how to,
No, I
get seen.
understand,
So
I understand what you're saying. That's how all of us are. We know how to hook up with people and stuff like that,
Right. So it just be sad when I be walking with my head up, like in the morning, I go out with my little work uniform on, my little vest or whatever, and it just kills me how, like, I walk, boom, I'm walking, and then I see a black chick, boom, she see me, put her head down. Look at, yeah, she got a phone, or she do one of these, got her head down already, then cut her eye at you real quick. I be on all that shit. I be like, what you looking at? Huh? What's down there? What's on the ground?
You know you ain't calling nobody right now. You looking at your phone for no reason. That's how programmed these bitches are.
I saw the chick with her phone up. She had her phone up talking to somebody. I just was joking with her. I said, yo, you recording me, girl? Just chill. Put your phone down. Yo, this bitch, she made the fucking ugliest face. Like, nigga, what? I would never record you. I would never record you. I'm like, but she ain't say it. But the way she looked at me, like what? The nerve of you to think I would record you. I said, I'm looking like, damn, they just angry. But I be remembering what you be saying. You be like, yo, you gotta have fun still. You still gotta have fun with them. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get what you meant. I get what you meant when you talking about that wedding. You took her to the wedding. You know, niggas don't even want to go to weddings because they scared they girl gonna make them want to get married.
Right.
But you so in control of yours, you like, nigga, not only is she not gonna ask me to get married, I'm gonna make her think I do want to get married.
That's right.
Real shit.
It was beautiful.
I knew exactly what you're talking about,
Hey, yo,
bro.
that's the only thing I want her to, like, I was thinking about it. That's the only reason I want her to come say something. I want to say, yo, and I just want to ask her naturally, yo, so what did you think about me getting on my knees all the time at the wedding? I want to hear what she got to say.
Oh, shit. And I know you was dressed to the nines.
Right.
I mean, probably looking better than that. You was like, nigga, look.
I don't care about these clothes. I don't give a fuck.
This is what an international man do, man. You dig? Niggas looking at you like, yo, this nigga got so much freedom. Huh? And see, that's what it's all about. They want to take our freedom away. You get me?
I agree
Not
with
just the
that.
women.
Hey, that
Not
nigga,
just
did your ex-wife try to take your freedom?
Bruh, I smacked that bitch. She called the police on the nigga, bruh.
Oh! Oh,
I caught that bitch cheating, bruh. I walked away. I was in the middle of the street, and she came out there, berated me and cussed me out in the middle of the street, and I
instead of
slapped her.
her just eating that. Instead of her just eating
You know what
that
I
for
mean?
getting caught cheating. For getting caught
And
cheating.
then
All right. You know, you ain't
she
do
called the
nothing else.
police on the nigga.
Yeah.
So, you know, I took it on the chin, but I left her ass right after that, bro. Like, and it was
Wow.
hard. Don't think I wasn't in love. She was beautiful as fuck, nigga. Like, a nigga was in love with that shit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the motherfucking day, bro, I can't let nobody stop my fucking shine, bro. You know what I mean? So, and she did the whole I want to come back shit. She came back to my house when I had my white bitch I'm with now. They're with me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I had them both in the crib.
Coming in, man.
Hey, yo, get to some ice shit, because I want to know if they really deporting niggas, because I don't really see shit, dog. I ain't really hearing shit. I ain't really motherfucking like, I ain't
Well, I'm
seeing
on the
shit on the
interstate.
news.
I'm on the